multiplicity of India at that time. So moving on, within that, I must get in touch with Islam. Islamic theology and Smith's theology of pluralism are similar on two counts. First, God has created us all on equal footing. God is God of all, believer, non-believer, faithful, not faithful, secular, religious, all are children of God or creation of God. And Smith believed in that. And he says, then God cannot abandon its own creation apparently because we claim that we are right and others are wrong. If God would have that in mind, He would not have sent so many messengers and so many guides and so many role models, because in this book there are a lot of role models in Beacons of the Light, and that's what I'm proposing. This should be a textbook to all our secondary schools in our country, because a lot of our children do not know about the leaders of their faith, and they even do not know in simplicity that what actually they achieved in their lifetime. And Smith was actually preaching that and saying that God cannot abandon us all His own. But it's not in one theology, mishmash theology. We have to have a mutuality in differences and wherever we are, because we still are children of God, or creation of God. And in this way, we learn from each other, as Quran says, and understand each other better, and value each other because of our differences, and respect each other, even we differ with each other. But that should not make us better or worse. It should be helpful to all of us. That theological question of the truth, which he was trying to answer in his last very thought-provoking book, I say, Meaning and the End of Religion. What he was saying very clearly, in one of the quotation which I picked up, was in one of his writing, was very clearly that if you know only one faith, that it means you know nothing about the faith. It means you have to see people and the diversity as God has created us, and that's where our, what we call it, appreciation of others will come up. And that's the really searching the truth in his this book were very clear. And of course his last book was a comparative study about the what we call it towards a word theology and the meaning and the end of religion, where he mentioned that truth is with us. We have to search for it, and when we search the truth, we will come with so many mini truths in our life, in our theological terms, and that's where the value of it's come back. So within our diversity, pluralism exists. Within our own thoughts individually, pluralism exists. But we can overcome our own exclusivism by engaging with others, by having a discussion and conversation with others. Honest conversation, which is the definition of dialogue, actually comes up in later of his writings, when he was saying that religious pluralism doesn't mean that you reject your own faith and you become something else. It means you respect other even with differing with other. Saying, I am Muslim, I believe in my faith, but I respect Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, and many, many others, without even giving things to it. This is what actually has exposed Wilfred, saying that there is a need today for intercultural, interfaith communication and dialogue. And that's really is necessary for our own benefit, because we will be seeking common good through working together and through understanding each other. And he made it absolutely clear in all three books that religion is not erecting walls. Religion is basically motivating people, giving them joy and hope. And it gives them something to do in this earth. And I always say in my humble presentation to many secular people, look, you will be poorer if you do not include people of faith in your process of consultation or process of resource sharing, because if you are a secular government, you need not to exclude one section of a community who claim to be believer. Churches, mosques, synagogues, and many, many other institutions have resources in buildings and also in people. And both needed to be valued and both needed to be included, and Wilfred Smith actually had made it possible to work together. Even in his time, which was odd at that time, very difficult to many places, but I think India taught him a lesson that when we value something, we must practice it and we must bring it in a way that our end should not justify the means. Means is a process of learning from each other and believing through the age of cooperation and partnership, and through respecting the diversity, which is God-given diversity. It's not our chosen. God has created different colors of the flowers to make the garden beautiful, and God has given us different shades in our color, in our languages, in our other differences, and we need to respect this diversity and make it sure that this diversity is appreciated, valued, recognized, and practiced in our daily life. Our faith should not become a barrier to loving each other or caring for each other. If we have to create a peaceful coexistence in our world, in which is fractured and which is damaged in many, many ways, then change must start from me, not from you, from me. And I must show that love and respect through my practice, and that's happened. I always pray saying, Lord, you said and your words are true. Lord, your words and love is stronger than the hate. O God Almighty, you are peace, and from you peace comes. Shower upon all of us your peace, and make us a final destiny in your eternal peace, abode of peace. Let there be respect for the earth, peace for the people, love in our lives, and delight in the good, forgiveness for our past mistakes and wrongs, and from now on, a new start. And Obama's word, new beginning. Thank you very much.